Oh boy, am I excited about this one, and you guys should be too. Want to know why? Well, simply put, there are 8. That's right, 8 brand new releases in this box. 8 of 24, that means 1/3 of this entire box is brand new stuff that has never been released anywhere before. That's really exciting. That barely ever happens. I don't think it happened once last year. I think in 2021 it happened maybe one time with that Mafas Fong Robert Jam Jones case, but this is incredible. And for those of you who have some advanced knowledge, you might know what's inside this box. This box is meant to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company as a whole. They're including 6 Disney Cars characters and brand new D100 paint jobs. And so we're going to get into that. Obviously, that leaves 2 other awesome releases that you might kind of see. Yeah, you see it back there. All right, guys, let's not waste any more time and get right into it. I got this case from CarLotSales. I'll leave his link to his eBay store in the description below if you want to check that out and order a case for yourself, or just buy the cars individually, because you can do that too. He has all the options. Now, another interesting thing about this case, which obviously, if you haven't noticed, it's 2023 Singles Case F. That's what we're going to be unboxing today, but it's actually a new shape. Believe it or not, they have changed the shape of the singles cases to much more of a cube shape. It's not a perfect cube. Not all the sides are equal, but before it was definitely like a rectangular prism. Now it's still a rectangular prism, but it is more so a cube than it was before. And that allowed them to do 6 rows of 4 instead of 4 rows of 6. And CarLotSales let me know that that was actually really helping in terms of the conditions of the cards. And we have noticed, over the last couple years, the conditions have been not good. There's a lot of them that come out mangled and whatnot. So hopefully we're noticing an improvement. And I'm glad to see that Mattel is actively trying to ameliorate that situation. All right, let's dive right in. 24. I have my broken shard of a T right here that we're going to use to get into it. It's actually sharper now than it was before, so it's working out quite nicely. Oh yeah, look at that. All right, wow, we're going to have to flip it over here first. And yeah, it looks like the good stuff is at the bottom, which means we're going to start at the top. You guys know how that works. Oh my goodness, you guys can't even see all the way up to the top now because the case has gotten a little taller. So what I'm going to do is raise the camera up a little bit here. One more. Oh yeah, guys, this is some real behind the scenes stuff. All right, now we're chilling. Perfect. All right. We're going to start with whatever is up in this top right-hand corner, which I can kind of see what it is. Man, these are tight in here. Whoa. You can tell by my voice. I am very excited to get into these. All right, first up is Sally. Yeah, not exactly what we're looking for in this case, and I'm kind of surprised that they put 2 of them in there. I think that's a little bit much. A very odd character to decide to put 2 in the case of, but hey, it is what it is. It does look like there's still a little bit of a bend here, but that's probably just because this one was in the corner there and it's getting, a lot of contact every time the box is moved around. This is just a carryover from last year though, because you could see all these are 2022 releases. Now I know some of them are being released this year, but Murray Clutchburn, Darla Vanderson, those are not. So yeah, hopefully one day I can pull an air out of a case. This one almost looks like an air because of that extra sliver of black paint, almost giving her an eyelash look. But close but no cigar. Cool though. And then this Sally, this one looks to be in pretty good condition. So just wanted to point that out. Already seeing an improvement in the card conditions. Moving right along, we have Chick Hicks. I believe this is his first appearance in a 2023 case, but still just a carryover from last year. You could see all the other 2022 releases that he was kind of released with. Easter Buggy, it's almost Easter time here. That's pretty exciting if you celebrate it. Jonathan Wrenchworth's, Ramone, blah, 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 Artie. Some cars that you really didn't see, at least for me, didn't see too often last year. So yeah. This one's not on the best of card, though. You can see it's creased on both sides there. But yeah, probably not one that a lot of people will be chomping at the bit for. All right, this one's pretty cool. We have the new variant of Road Trip Mater. So he's suspended up in the air. His front end is there. He's got a new expression as well. This is a heavy car. Obviously, both the front and back of Mater now is die-cast metal. So that's really cool. And this guy was introduced in case C, and he has not been included in any cases since then, I don't believe. So this is his first time being back since his debut case. Definitely better than regular old Mater, I'll tell you that. All right, oh, we got some new stuff here, but we're going to kind of dodge that for a moment or two. We have a Sheriff, and this is indeed a 2023 Sheriff, because you can see Greg Candyman, Krusty Rotor, Lizzie, those are all 2023 releases. That being said, though, it's not on the newer red packaging that they introduced in the last case. If you guys remember, here is an example of one where you have Fillmore. This is almost 2023 too, because we have a new packaging style that's being implemented on a lot of the releases, although for whatever reason, not all of them. So it's getting a little confusing. But yep, Sheriff, not much more to report about him. We have Lightning McQueen with a racing wheel. So this is another carryover because he is not being released, at least as of yet. World Grand Prix McQueen has not been released in 2023. Miguel, Shoe, those are characteristic of last year. That's pretty my reaction to this. Just meh. Don't really care for yet another Lightning McQueen with racing wheels. Although, for whatever reason, he is not one to pegworm. There are a lot of bigger culprits of pegworming, at least lately. You guys know you got Lee Race, Matthew True Blue McCrew. Those have been far more culpable than any of the McQueens. And here we have another McQueen, Road Trip Lightning McQueen. Again, this is the variant though, just like Mater. He has a new expression there. Not as big of a difference as the Road Trip Maters, but still a variant nonetheless, and obviously a much different looking artwork up here as well. He was in case C. I think he's been included since then though, unlike Mater, who I don't believe has been included since C. And you can see Griswold, Greebles, Kirsten Marshall, Royce Revsley, and the Speed Demon in addition to the variant Mater up there. Good stuff. Good to see him in the mix. You know what? When I see that McQueen, I don't feel too upset because it's a relatively new variant. You know what I mean? Oh, it looks like they put two of them in the case, so that's good. Card condition's not horrible, although I must say it's not as vastly improved as I hoped it would be, at least not yet. I'm getting quite a few here that are a little dinged up, if you will. Let's get this Jackson Storm out of here before we proceed on to the juicy stuff. So yeah, this is actually a 2023 Jackson Storm because you have lots of interesting Cars 3 releases on the back. Noah Gochek, Tim Treadless. Look at all these racers. Jet Robinson, Duke Coulters, and Randy Lawson. So you got the old gen there, and then you got Thunder Hollow up here with Tailgate and Pushover. Good stuff. Yeah. Again, somebody that you don't see pegworm, at least anymore. There are new pegwormers these days. All right, we can't avoid, well, actually, maybe we can a little bit here. This is pretty exciting for me because I have yet to find Revo Kos in a store, even though I found Case M quite a few times. It's always remnants, though, but I finally did find my first Griswold in 2023. Oh, my God. In the Hunt episode 23. Is it 23? Yeah, it was 23. Yeah, it totally was 23, I think. Yeah. Yes, okay. Yeah, you guys saw that. But I did not find Revo Kos. And so it's nice to get a couple extras here in this case. And yeah, they look to be on pretty good cards. Don't think he'll end up being super rare, though, when it's all said and done, just because he's getting quite a few reissues. I mean, yeah, this is, again, a carryover from last year still. So again, a very odd choice to put two of in this case, like an old, not old, but like this isn't even from 2023 and you're including two of it. That doesn't really make much sense to me. And it's such an obscure character. Like Sally, I can kind of understand because it's Sally, right? But Revo Kos, that's so weird to me. But let's get on with the good stuff. What you guys came here to see. The Disney 100 celebratory Disney Cars releases. So all 6 of these characters will have special paint jobs. And they are all available as singles. And then 5 of them will be in a 5-pack. And now we all know 5-packs have been exclusive to Walmart. But I think these might have a little bit more availability. I know that Get Me Collectibles is going to have that 5-pack. So it won't solely be a Walmart exclusive. But what is very important to note about that 5-pack is that your boy here, Fabulous Hudson Hornet, aka Doc Hudson, is not in that 5-pack. So this single right here will be the rarest. I'm telling you guys right now, out of all these, this is going to be the rarest because there's only one way to get him. And now obviously can't say if these are going to be included in future cases, but we know he's not in case G. We know none of them are in case G. And if we kind of look back on history, you know, if I were a betting man, I would probably say, yeah, these are going to be exclusive to this case, right? Now, I really do like the packaging design. It would be cool if it featured art of the character on it, but you got a bunch of iconic characters from the Pixar movies. You know, you got Sully up top from Monsters, Inc., Woody from Toy Story, Dory from Finding Nemo and Finding Dory. You got Cars 3 Lightning McQueen himself. You got, I forget the kid's name, but that's from Coco. Or maybe the kid was named Coco. I don't remember. That was a great movie, though. I just don't remember his name. And then Mrs. Incredible from The Incredibles. Now, I'm sure you guys are all pretty anxious to see what's on the back. But before we get to that, I do want to share that this is like a differently shaped card. You know, it's got these like cut off corners, as you can see here, in every corner you could possibly find. Even the peg, like hook here, it's got all these cut off corners, which is very odd. It gives it like a very kind of sleek, modern look. Like even here, it cuts in and cuts out. I don't know, it just kind of gives it an edgy look. No pun intended. But yeah, this side's completely flat. It's interesting. I really do wonder why they did that. Like, is it worth creating a whole new card just for these? I don't know. It looks good though, and holy cow, that looks awesome. So you have the Disney 100 logo up in the top left, and then the 6 that are available. Wow. These images, now again, I haven't really looked at the die cast yet, but these images look insane. Like, look at the shine on McQueen there. Sally, brand new Mater, Doc, Ramone, and Flo. Oh my God, I am so pumped to open these up for you guys and review them. They look great. You know, hopefully they translate well to the diecast in real life, physical form, but very happy with what I'm looking at right now. And I am happy with their selection of characters. I'm not sure if I would have gone exactly the same 6. I'm not sure about that, but I would have definitely done these 3 here. McQueen, Mater, and Doc. I mean, those are great too. I just think maybe I might have chosen like a couple different ones. So actually that's probably a pretty fun video idea. Maybe we'll talk about that some other time. But for those of you guys wondering how I'm going to review these, I'm going to first on Sunday. So today, you know, whenever you're watching this, but I'm trying to upload this Thursday night. I literally just got home from work, ripped this thing out of the mailbox, which it wasn't in the mailbox because it's too big. But you know what I mean. Got upstairs into my studio and just started recording, right? So, because I really want to get this video out for you guys. Anyways, on Sunday, in a couple days, I'm going to do an overview video on all of these Disney 100 releases. And then I will review each of them individually. Now, you guys might be saying, you are milking the hell out of them. Stop, don't do that. Review them all at once. That video would be about an hour long. There's a lot to talk about with these. I want to compare them to the other special versions of the characters. You know, we got Racing Red McQueen, Racing Red Sally, Racing Red Mater. Those need to be compared to. There's silver versions of some of these characters that I want to compare them to as well. Like there's a silver Tomika Doc. I want to show that. There's a custom silver Mater I have. I want to show that. So you know what I mean? They each deserve their own video, but I also want to talk about them all at once in a overview video this Sunday. So that's the plan for that. Here's Ramone, of course. The packages will all be the same, obviously. We're going to take a break. You know what? I'll just show Flo real quick before we get to Claire. I love how Flo has just 0 translations. Yeah, these cards are honestly not in great shape. Look at Flo and Ramone not looking great. But good thing I'm opening them all up. All right, taking a bit of a break from the Disney 100 stuff, we have Claire Gunz'er. So this is another brand new release for 2023. A minivan clown from the Showtime episode of Cars on the Road. This is, I have to say, I might have been more excited for Claire than the Disney 100 stuff just because I love the goofy vibe of all the clowns. Like, I'm excited for the VW Bug one, Kelly Beambright in the next case. And this one is just, it looks fun, man. It's chunky. It's like the minivan model. I want to compare her to Minnie. I didn't even know. Look, she's got polka dots on the back. That looks incredible. Cannot wait to open her up. So I'll be reviewing her next week. Honestly, just saying that out loud is like, damn, kind of wanted to review her sooner than that. But there's just so much stuff. And you're looking at Cryptid Buster Lightning McQueen, and we'll take a look at him in just a second here. Then you have Maypillar Derev, who was in the last case. Actually, yeah, the last case. Doug Krankle, who was in the case before that. We have Cryptid Buster Mater, who has been on the card back now for a couple cases, and yet we still have no idea when he's coming. Of course, I just revealed the contents for the case after this, case G, and he's not in it, right? So hopefully in case H, you know, I know you guys are like, you know what's in it. I'm sorry, I wish I could reveal them ahead of time, but honestly, I don't even remember what case he ends up being in. Deputy McQueen, he's in the last case, and then Gearston Marshall's still making an appearance after his initial debut in the first case of the year, case B. But yeah, she looks great, and I cannot wait to open her up. She feels pretty like heavy too, so excited about that because, you know, I was a little worried, you know, with some of these clowns being a little bit whimsical, like Greebles, you know, who I have right there, is a pretty light car. All right, here we have Cryptid Buster Lightning McQueen. This is another hefty one for sure, and I will be reviewing him first on Saturday at the usual time of 3 p.m. So stay tuned for that. Very excited for this one as well. I'm not going to go into big detail right now, but he's got all the necessary components to make him accurate to the movie. The decals, the antenna, the whole 9 yards. I like the artwork for him. Again, they got new for 2023 up here. And the back of the package shows the exact same as Claire, but instead of McQueen on the back, you have Claire. So good stuff. I'm glad that they are continuing to refresh the card backs because it seems like after a few cases, they just kind of get into a stagnant mode and they don't refresh the card backs. Like there was a point last year where they were showing stuff on like the couple final cases of the year that was released way back when. You know, there were a few cars that never made their way onto the back of the card back because they stopped refreshing them. Like I don't think Dana Crankoff, for example, I don't think she's on any card backs. I definitely know if it's not her, there's somebody else, at least a couple. So yeah, excited to review him, and it will be very soon. All right, who we have here? Excuse me, guys. Randy Lawson. This is a great inclusion. He was in case D along with Doug Krankle, right? And that was his first release since late 2019, early 2020. And that release became very rare. So a lot of people were anticipating Randy again. He kind of got overshadowed, I have to admit. I don't see really anyone talking about Randy. Everyone's talking about Fair Game, who's in the same case as Randy. So, and that's understandable. Fair Game is, you know, he became rare times 10 on top of Randy Lawson's rarity. So that makes sense. But this is great, though. Gives people another shot of getting a very rare car, and a nice one too. Randy Lawson is a cool retro racer without a shadow of a doubt. Nice. And then, yep, here we have Sally, the Disney 100 version of her. So they made her completely like this white metallic and then colored the hood blue metallic to represent her usual color. And they did the same thing with Mater, who we'll hopefully get to in a moment here. Wouldn't it be wild if they just did not include Mater or something like that? I see him down there, so we're good. Whoa, holy cow. Jesus, in the morning. Yeah, I was led down the primrose path. I don't believe that this new case format, this new shape, is doing much for the condition of the cards. This one is absolutely, I mean, this is probably one of the worst I've ever pulled out of a case, because this whole side is just completely bent into oblivion. Yeah. But I mean, again, I don't care about this Ryan inside Laney. You know, it's not something that I desperately needed. I'll probably, you know, either give it away or just send it to a friend or something like that. Yeah, this is, yeah, I mean, Ryan looks good. He looks pretty good. Yeah, this is a 2023 release. Was included a couple cases ago. Not a new variant, but still a nice release. That was new to 2023, like the Red Riders packaging. And then this one's like perfect. So look at that. But yeah, good stuff. Always good to see Ryan, honestly. I do like Ryan quite a bit. Let's put that ugly one off to the side. Purge that boy. And we have another next gen here, Paul Conrev. This one, however, is just a carryover from last year. I love how you could see all the other next gens on the back here. Barry DePedal, George Newman flipped over. Some other racers. Kabuto somehow, some way found his way onto the Cars 3 card back. Sneaky little guy. You don't belong there. But yeah. Could have done without this one. Like maybe 2 Claire Gunz'ers, maybe 2 Cryptid McQueens, or maybe just 1 Ryan inside Laney. Yeah, remove that ugly one and give me, if you're going to give me a car that's all mangled like this, at least have it be a new one that I need to open, you know. Just a word of wisdom, please. I'm just asking nicely. Anyways, here we have Mater for the Disney 100 line. This guy is heavy. This is definitely the heaviest car in the case. Probably even heavier than the other McQueen. Or no, the other Mater. They're both probably almost the exact same weight. And this one's on a perfect card. It's going to pain me to open this one. It's like when you get perfect cards these days, you almost have to like cherish them and lock them away in a box, never to be seen again. And then here we have another Duke Coulters. This is a pretty good inclusion, just like Randy Lawson. He was first released in 2019 in the spring. Didn't become very rare, like nothing too wild. He was also reissued on the Blue Desert packaging, so this is now his 3rd release, but still a very popular car. I love his color scheme, and I will never be disgusted with the day of seeing a Randy on, or a Duke or a Randy for that matter, on the pegs. You know, it's still to this day, I don't think I've ever seen a Randy Lawson in a store, because I never found them back then. I still haven't found them now. I don't think I found too many Dukes either. Definitely didn't find his Blue Desert version, I don't think. And then here we have, you know, a great way to conclude the case, the Disney 100 Lightning McQueen. This is probably going to be my favorite. This is definitely going to be the first one I review. I just love the solo red bolt there. It looks perfect. It's pristine. And yeah, just a very elegant looking series. Every single one of them looks great, and I hope I think so when I open them up, because hey, you never know, right guys? But that is all for my 2023 Singles Case F unboxing. You guys need to let me know in the comment section below which one is your favorite. There's 8. I know it's going to be hard to choose, right? For me, it's going to end up being one of these 2. Now, I know you guys might be saying, what? It's not one of the celebratory releases? And I'm just going to say no. I like stuff that appears in the movies, or in this case, the series more so. I just feel like it expands the world. Whereas these to me are kind of like special edition releases, you know. It's like another silver type of vibe. And again, I love them. They look great. But Claire Gunz'er, I mean, this just looks like a phenomenal recreation of how she looks in the episode. And same thing for Cryptid Buster McQueen. So it's going to be one of those 2. Not sure yet. And that is not to say, though, that these 100 releases aren't just absolute diamonds, though. And the fact that they put them all in one case, then sprinkle them throughout the rest of the year, releasing one per case like they did with the Racing Red line back a couple years ago is pretty awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I will see you guys soon for all my reviews, like the next week, and then some will be characterized and consumed with this case. This case is going to just like own my life for the next few days, but I am going to just release myself and let myself be possessed by these cars because they're awesome, and I truly have not been this excited about, you know, some new stuff in a while. So thanks again, guys. See you next time. Bye now.